What's good, YouTube? Welcome to the Ballers Club. It's your boy BallOrFallBird, the one and only Mr. Ballofall, the one and only Mr. Do It All, the one and only Mr. Everything Under the Sun will get done because your boy is best beyond. Hey man, I want to go ahead and get straight into the fact, man, of your win will be bigger. Your win will be bigger, man, and maybe that's why it's taking a little bit longer. I'm not even gonna say maybe. That's why it's taking a little bit longer. If you're going through something right now, if you're going through the ups and downs, if you're going through the rainy days, if you're going through, the hard times, but you know that you're on your purpose, if you're going through the rough times and the lows of the situation, it's because you're on your purpose, and it's because your purpose is bigger than what somebody else's purpose may be. And obviously comparison is the thief of joy, so I want to make sure that we eliminate that right here, right now. We're not going to compare ourselves. We're not going to compare our purpose to someone else's purpose, because at the end of the day, our creator, whoever God it is that you serve, I know my God, he put me on this earth to serve a different purpose than anybody that I can even compare myself to. So when I say these things, when I say that, I know that your purpose is going to be bigger because it's taking longer, because nothing that's supposed to be big in life takes a short amount of time to build. Nothing that's supposed to stand forever takes a short amount of time to build. Nothing that, whatever it is in your life that is big, whether that be a skyscraper, whether that be, an elephant, whatever the case may be, man, nothing in this life that's as big and very noticeable that we can see is something that happens overnight. And the reason why I want to harp on that today is because I know that if you're watching this video right now, you may be feeling like, man, like, I don't know if this shit gonna ever come. You may be feeling like, man, I don't know, like, if this is even my actual purpose in life. And I guarantee you right here, right now, if you know it's your purpose, and if you know that this is something that makes you happy, it's a reason why it's gonna take you a little bit longer. It's a reason why, the biggest stars don't become, hits overnight. Yes, we see the iceberg effect. Y'all know, if you don't know about the iceberg effect, usually when it comes to an iceberg, it's only the tip of the iceberg that's right there above sea level. Everything else, this big old part of the iceberg, it's all under the water. That's what everyone don't see. That's what everyone doesn't see when you're out right now and you working your ass off. That's what everybody don't see when you out right now and you putting everything in order. You're getting all everything situated for when your time comes. It's unquestionable. So I just say all this to say, man, like, your win is gonna be bigger, and that's why it's taking a little bit longer. Think about it. Any building that's one story don't take nearly as long as it does to build a skyscraper. When you building a skyscraper, it takes years. It takes, if at the earliest 1 year, and that's if all the perfect conditions align, which is rare. Think about how many rainy days you have, how many too hot days you'll have. Think about, if depending on what city this skyscraper is, if it's gonna have snow days, whatever the case may be, it's certain conditions that may make your process a little stagnant. It's certain conditions that may make you have to put your process on hold. And when we're going through these situations, we have to understand that. That's why I said, man, our purpose is like a skyscraper. It's other people out here with purposes that's only one story, and that's cool. That's cool. We're not worried about the people that only got a one-story purpose or a one-story building. But we know in our hearts, we know in our mind, we know in our soul that our purpose in life, dog, it's supposed to be a skyscraper. Our purpose in life, we got to, like, the right conditions have to be there for us to continue to build on this skyscraper. If it's raining, if it's thundering, and it's lightning, how can we build our skyscraper? We got to take a pause. We got to have that moment to say, okay, maybe I can do this instead of trying to build it higher right now. Maybe I can make sure that I continue to work on the foundation. Maybe it's thundering and lightning and thunderstorming in your life right now, and you can't continue to push forward, but you can make sure that where you're at right now, you can't go back no further. Like, man, so when I think about this, man, I just think about the fact of whatever it is that we going through, whatever it is that, that we feel about our purpose, about our situation in life right now, man, just make sure that you understand that your win is going to be bigger, and that's why it's taking longer. That's why your situation is taking a little bit longer to get out of. That's why your situation, if you're actively working, and I want to make sure that I harp on the fact of, if you're actively working, if you're actively putting your all into this situation, it's not easy to change something overnight. It's not easy to become something overnight. It usually doesn't happen. So that's why I say, like whatever the case may be, your win will be bigger simply because of the fact of, that's your purpose in life. That's why it's taking so much longer. That's why, whatever it is that you're going through is taking longer, because your win will be bigger. I think about a sermon that I heard from a preacher, I believe, and he talks about the story of an elephant talking to a dog. And if y'all don't know, I breed dogs, so this story really resonated with me, man. If you don't know about dogs, a dog can get pregnant, and by that 63rd day, that's just over 2 months. That's barely even 2 months. That 63rd day, that puppy should be having it. That dog should be having its puppies. The average elephant's pregnancy is 22 months. You're talking about 2 months compared to 2 years. Within this story, this preacher said the dog has had 3 litters of puppies, however you want to put it. In each litter, the other dog goes back to the mother elephant and says, "Dang, are you sure you're even pregnant? Are you sure that you actually have a baby elephant inside of you?" And the elephant just continues to harp on the fact of, "Yes, I know I'm pregnant. I know I'm pregnant, but what I'm giving birth to is going to be bigger." You think about, for the people that do compare themselves to other people sometimes, you think about a dog. A dog can have 10, 11, 16 puppies sometimes. It can have this many puppies, and you're waiting on an elephant over here that is only going to have 1. But guess what? Those 16 puppies over the course of those 4 litters that will happen over the course of that entire elephant's pregnancy. So you mean to tell me 64 puppies? 64 puppies, but not one of them will be as big as that baby elephant when it comes out. So I think about that story so much, man, because I think about my purpose in life. I think about our purpose in life. I think about all of the people in this BallOrFall family, man. Our purpose is big, dog. Our purpose is something that's as big as an elephant. Our purpose is not something as small as a puppy. It's not as small as a puppy. Think about all the people in life that's having all these small accomplishments. And I'm not saying small in relativity to our purpose. I'm saying if we're looking at their purpose, it's small in general because it's not our purpose. So when I say somebody else is having all these accomplishments, somebody else is having the dream car that you want, yes, they're having their things faster, but who knows if their purpose will stand past time? Who knows if their purpose will stand once they leave this earth? Who knows if their purpose will stand 100 years from now? So maybe that's why your purpose is taking longer. Maybe that's why your purpose is. I'm not even going to continue to say maybe. That's why your purpose is taking longer, because it's meant to be bigger, man. Your purpose is meant to be bigger than, like I said, don't compare it to somebody else's. Compare it to what you thought your purpose was supposed to be. Let's talk about that. Let's compare it to what you thought your purpose was supposed to be. Oh, I was only supposed to have 1 exotic car. Lo and behold, you getting set up for a whole garage full of exotic cars. Oh, I thought I was only supposed to be a millionaire. Lo and behold, you being set up to be a multi-millionaire, a billionaire. But you worried about the person that you worried about and comparing yourself to the person that became a millionaire at your age. You worried about the person that became, financially stable, has a whole family, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. And there's so many examples of this in life. There's so many examples of this, all over the world. It's like you can look at some of the top artists in the world. You can look at some of the top, most successful people in the world. Some of these, and I'm not saying, just depending on your age, because I know a lot of my audience are people that's, my age, 25 through 30. And I know for a lot of our generation, a lot of our, people in this age range, we feel that life is over. We feel that life is over. And there's certain people that didn't really accomplish what the world knows them for until they were in their 50s, until they were in their 60s. Do away with that. But a lot of things that they've accomplished now will be way bigger. That's why they're the ones that's talked about. Who cares about their age? That's why what they were able to accomplish is way bigger, man. So I think about all this. I just want to make sure that I harp on this and make sure that I say, man, what you're chasing in life, what you're attracting in life, what you're working for in life, man, is bigger. And that's why it's taking longer, man. What you're going to get out of life is going to be bigger. What you're manifesting in life, what you're working so hard to get, what's on its way to you. You're running to it and it's running to you, but it will be bigger. It will be way bigger than what you could have imagined. It will be way bigger than trying to compare yourself and what you have and don't have to the next person's, because it's going to be way bigger, man. And I just say all that, man. I just wanted to make sure that I gave y'all some encouragement today, man, because what we want out of life, 9 times out of 10, if it's taking longer, it's going to be bigger. You can't build a skyscraper in a year. You can't build a skyscraper overnight. I know some building, some house that only took a week to be built. You can't build a mansion in a week. You can't build a mansion in a day. So understand that your purpose is your purpose, and a lot of times the size of your blessing or the size of your purpose in life, and I'm sorry if I'm talking in circles, but a lot of these things, it's relative to how big it's going to be. There's no way, shape, form, or fashion that an elephant could ever have a big baby elephant in 63 days like a dog. Because what that elephant is breeding is bigger than them 16 puppies. All them 16 puppies combined won't weigh what that one elephant weighs. All them 16 puppies combined won't be able to eat as much as that elephant eats. All those 16 puppies combined won't be able to provide as much as that elephant can provide in whatever shape, form, or fashion you want to look at it with. So I just say all that, man, to make sure that I say, man, stay locked in. If you're a blessing, if your purpose is taking longer to get here, man, it's because it's going to be bigger. It's because it's going to be bigger, man. It's because it's going to be huge, dog. So I just say all that to make sure that I say, like I said, man, stay locked in on your purpose, and don't let the timetable, don't let, the fact that it hasn't come yet distract you from the fact that it's on its way and that it's going to be bigger, dog. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for coming to the Ballers Club. If y'all still here with me right now, I got something special for y'all coming up. But if you're still here with me right now, man, comment a 7 down in the comments, man. And if you let me know that you still here at this time, like I said, I got something for you. And I'll make sure that I get in contact with you. But nonetheless, man, like I said, I appreciate y'all for coming to the Ballers Club. It's your boy BallOrFallBird, the one and only Mr. BallOrFall, the one and only Mr. Do It All, the one and only Mr. Everything Under the Sun Will Get Done, because your boy is best beyond, man. And I'll see you in the next video.